Hi folks, going to be a very, very quick one today because I have to be out the door very soon. This is the the National Gallery in Trafalgar Square in London. So we are somewhere like there. And in terms of when this is, I mean, she looks pretty kind of 60s to me, or 70s actually, with those flared trousers. Early 70s, mid 70s, 74, 73, 5,000 on the location, decent start. Okay, this has information on it. Archbishop Red was Episcopal Golden Jubilee, Wellington. Is this going to be Wellington, New Zealand? We don't really have time to deliberate too much, so let's just say yes. I don't know what that big... is there going to be some big church somewhere, or... maybe this thing with a cenotaph in front of it. Museum of New Zealand. Let's just pop it there. I don't really know. We could go into the satellite imagery and so on, but I don't really have time. This looks pretty old though. I think these people look quite Victorian. So let's say that it's 1910, just to put it kind of in the middle of... I know that's post-Victorian, but maybe it's more of an Edwardian vibe. Let's try that. Oh, it was 24. I always get it... I just find it difficult to, tell within those first kind of few decades. Let's keep going. Also, I'm going fast. I'm also not going to have time to edit this today, so I'm hoping that... it doesn't get too tedious. I'm moving fast. I think this is Iraq. I always zoom in on the wrong. I'm just going to plomp this down in Baghdad. I think we've seen buildings like this before in Iraq. I think that's the Iraqi flag. So, is there some kind of... we'll just put it in the center of Baghdad again. If I was doing a little bit more time here, I would... So Iraq was in the immediate aftermath of the Twin Towers. So it started in sort of 2002. Do we think this is going to be early doors? Maybe a bit later? Let's go a couple of years in. Oh, 7 years off. But it was... Oh yeah, maybe, if it was in there, whatever. Okay, alright, several years off. Not too bad on the location, but yeah. Yeah, normally these are in these sort of palaces that are slightly on the outskirts of the city. That looks, I think, like a Norwegian flag, something like that. Very early cars, but once again, I'm really bad at knowing which decade these sorts of cars are from. It's pretty early, these people. I'm going to put this in the 1920s, I think. I've seen cars that look kind of like this that end up being from the 40s, but... maybe it's a bit later. Maybe it's like... But I don't know. Maybe let's put it 1930, just to kind of hedge a little bit. Tandlager Wolf. Is that Denmark or is that Norway? They're not too far away from each other, to be honest. Let's pop this in Copenhagen. I think that language with the AE, kind of whatever those called, diphthong thing, is maybe a bit more Danish than Norwegian, I think. But maybe let's sense check that very quickly. Can we see any of those AE diphthongs in Norwegian? Not immediately. Are we going to see any in Denmark? I mean, they made their way into English. So, did I just see one? So inconsistent in terms of what shows up on the map from different... No, I thought that might have been one, but it's not. I'm sure that building is quite recognisable. Could it be that thing? Maybe. Maybe let's pop it up here, looking down towards that. 1930, let's try that. Ooh, 35. I'm glad I bumped it forward. Slightly the wrong part of Copenhagen, but it was Copenhagen. Final round, this is this year. This is the photo of the Olympics. This is a real photo, but it looks extremely surreal. Taken by a photographer from a boat of a guy celebrating at the Olympics. Now I'm assuming the surfing is not taking place in Paris. Gosh, I don't know where the surfing's taking place. It'll be somewhere on the coast. So maybe let's say La Rochelle, just because that's like halfway down. I actually don't know where the surfing competition's taking place, but let's try that. I did not realise that the surfing at the French Olympics is happening in Polynesia. How funny. Gosh, alright, well if you knew that, then you paid slightly closer attention to that news than I did. I'd seen that photograph before, but it didn't occur to me to think where it was. Alright, God, that last one was absolutely brutal. Yeah, besides that, we weren't too bad on the locations, quite bad on a couple of the years. Yeah, that Christchurch, or the Wellington one rather. But yeah, has anyone on the leaderboard yet? Wow, Relander, very good. You must have known about French Polynesia. Well done you. Friede Freude, just behind me. And that's it so far. Well, if you want to join this leaderboard, you can add me as a friend on TimeGuessr. My username is Monkoguessr. You'll show up here. And yeah, please do subscribe if you enjoy watching these. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.